Hey y'all, I am going to talk a little bit. I've got some thoughts in my mind about this Jungian concept called constellation. The reason why I think it's important is, and the reason why I want to talk about it here, is because it has to do with like energies or powers or spirits, or in Jungian terms, archetypes that I can't always access power of my own volition or choice in life. But if the right set of circumstances arise, then a spirit or an energy or an archetype is constellated within me or in my life or in a culture such that it kind of has an energy of its own and it moves very powerfully. And so this obviously refers to like constellations in the sky that are points of light that do not, technically speaking, form a picture, but when you look at them in the right arrangement, a picture is evoked. Um, a great example of this that I've seen that comes up in my mind is I think about Trumpism and I think about what I saw during the 2016 election cycle, where there seemed to be an energy that was bigger than Donald Trump himself. That he wasn't necessarily creating something always consciously or intentionally, but he was sort of riding a wave. And this was demonstrated most clearly with the whole build the wall narrative. He was talking about immigration and keeping out illegal immigrants. And he kept talking about build the wall, build the wall, build the wall. And I didn't get the sense that it was a sort of like a well thought out complicated policy decision. It was more like he was having rallies. And at the rallies, he would be riffing and just saying things. And when he started to talk about building a wall, there would be like an energy to that. And he would sort of riff on that and play along with that to see what would get the audience to continue sort of increasing their energy and increasing their energy and increasing their energy. And over time, that became this whole platform around Build a Wall. And that was similar to, I think, a lot of that campaign more broadly. There was this strange, hard to explain cultural energy that seemed to be bigger than any one person. It was surrounding Trump, but it was sort of created, constellated between Trump and his audience as he would sort of ride this wave of the energy. And he became this master at reading that energy and feeding it until it became this ongoing process that was building and building and building and building. I'm uh, I wasn't a big fan of that. I thought that whole thing, a lot of that sucked, personally. But there was something really true happening there insofar as like energies and vibes and zeitgeists are constellated in culture and it becomes quite powerful. I've seen this in my own life in various ways. Like one unique example was when once I was on a camping trip in these dunes, and me and a big group of people, we were out in the dunes. And this one particular night, it was dark, pitch black at night, and we were arranged at different spots all over these dunes where we couldn't really see each other. But then we all had these big piles of dead grass, and then we lit them all on fire. And so at this one really powerful moment, all of these huge bonfires went up at different places all along the dunes, and you could sort of see them spread out along the dunes. And it was like the fires of Gondor in The Lord of the Rings. And it was such a strange experience and a strange sight, a powerful sight. And there was, I thought it would be cool. But what I found was something powerful emerged within me. And suddenly I found myself, me who am usually like not the most energetic or emotionally demonstrative person, suddenly I'm like leaping up and down and screaming and hooting and dancing and around this fire, and along with all the other people that I was with. And afterwards I was like, whoa, what was that? That was cool, because so often in life we need energy, we need joy, we need vibrancy, we need something to inspire us and move us and fill us with something beyond obligation or responsibility, but to fill us with awe and gratitude. And that became this like touchstone moment for me, that I was like, wow, there are wells of energy maybe within me, or even if maybe they don't live technically within me, but if something is constellated properly, wow, it can move me and I can ride a wave of power and energy that is really, really phenomenal. I think it's worth saying that, like, that energy could be good, it could be bad. It could lead you toward good things, it could lead you toward bad things. The point isn't just like a kind of hedonism of like, hey, I just want to be energized and I'm just going to follow whatever gives me energy no matter what. But in my life, as I want to be a good person, I want to fulfill my responsibilities to my family or to my community or my, whatever, anything. But I also want to do it with something bigger than obligation. I want to be full of awe and gratitude and like vibrant energy if I can, not just going through the motions. And in my life, so often it has been really easy to be stuck in that place of going through the motions. So what do I have to say about this? There's not a secret, as far as, like, I don't think there's a secret to like one way to make sure energy is constellated in you. I don't have 4 steps or 3 steps to, the ways energy can be constellated in you. It's more just knowing that there's such a difference between going through the motions and surrounding yourself, or sort of learning to read the waves of energy in your life such that you start to craft a life that is capable of actually evoking energy in you. And the art of that, I think, has to do with crafting a life that is, it's in sync with your responsibilities and your obligations that you choose, but also brings about life. So that's like the art of developing the capacity for like a constellation in your life that could be moving and full of energy. There's not one simple answer to making that happen, but that is what I want to be about. And that is a big piece of what I want to help other people do, is discover and read the waves of their life to find how can you actually be alive in it while being faithful to your commitments and responsibilities. That's a concept that sticks with me a lot. Constellation.